So I didn't think a whole lot of it. And I thought, well, okay, next time I stop, I'll try to clean it up and just see what's going on. So I just stopped a few minutes ago and had a snack and whatnot. And I realized that the reason that it wasn't bleeding is because it was absolutely packed with mud and mulch and rocks and debris and I don't know what all. Thankfully, I'm an RN. So I cleaned it up really good, irrigated it, had to get my sponge out that I used to clean my dishes with and just kind of scrub on it. Thankfully, it's pretty numb, so it doesn't really hurt that bad. The soap stung a little bit, but not too bad. So, yeah, I got a lot of the debris out, and of course, then that caused it to start bleeding. But it's not gushing by any means. It's just kind of oozing, and I'm just leaving it open to air because I am I'm kind of an anti-Band-Aid person. And what I mean by that is, like, if you've got a cut that, I mean, obviously if it's, gushing blood, then yeah, it needs to be covered. But if it's the type of thing where, it's not, I prefer to leave it open to air because that's going to help it to dry out faster, scab over faster, etc., etc. So I'm just letting it be open, and hopefully that the bloody oozing will continue to get whatever debris is left in there out, and then I will evaluate it when I get to camp tonight. But yeah, it's kind of been some issues, and I don't know if I blame that on me just kind of being out of practice because this is the first hike of the year, or different terrain. But I mean, I feel like I can hike on any kind of terrain. One thing I will say, all of these leaves, obviously all the leaves are off the trees right now. Now the trail is pretty packed down, so it's not too bad. I do have to watch really closely for rocks, because I think that's, when I fell, I think that's what happened. I just tripped on a rock that I didn't see because it was covered with leaves. But if you get off the trail at all, just like when I go to take breaks and stuff, you can't tell. I mean, there could be leaves covering a hole and you don't realize it's there until you step into it. So that's something to be mindful of. So I've slowed my pace. I was hoping to just, go lickety split and hike 20 miles a day or something, some craziness, but it's fine. It is what it is. I'm just out here enjoying myself. So as far as we make it is as far as we make it. So we are continuing on. I'm about probably getting close to 6 miles in, I guess. It's I think it's a little afternoon. And adding to the comedy of errors, I can't get my trekking poles all the way extended because I've had these for years, and I had a fall on one a few years back, and my entire weight landed on the bottom of the pole. and I thought that it was gonna break, but it didn't. It just bent. And so I wasn't able to collapse the pole. I had to keep it fully extended. And so I've worked on them over the years and, you know, tried to straighten them up. And last fall, I felt like, oh, I think I've finally got these pretty straight. And so I collapsed the bottom part, not the whole, there's two parts. There's the upper part and the lower part. And so I was able to collapse the lower part to where at least they weren't as long as, you know, they were semi-collapsed. And so, of course, I didn't try to fully extend them at home because this was kind of a spur of the moment trip. So I was rushing around yesterday getting ready. And so I didn't take the time to extend my poles until I got to the trailhead. And of course, when you know it, they are like stuck in there. And I've tried numerous times, pulling with all my might, cannot get them fully extended. But thankfully, if I extend them, the upper part of it, they're long enough that I can still use them. They're shorter than what I would normally probably have them up at this height. So they're shorter than what I would normally use them at, but at least they're still usable. So, I don't know. It's just, yeah. It's interesting, but having a great time. Hey, the weather's beautiful. And that was, I knew that it would just feel amazing to be out here in the gorgeous weather. And it does. I'm loving it. It's a pretty stream crossing. I'll tell you, I was a little concerned looking at the Far Out app at home because it just didn't have a ton of reliable stream cross or, you know, water sources, but there's been a billion water sources, so plenty of water out here. Now, like I said, we did get like 2 days of solid rain earlier, but yeah, I mean, unless it's just been a complete drought for weeks on end, I don't think water out here would be an issue at all. Kind of hard to tell, but this is a cool view. Basically what I'm doing here is I go up and down these hills, and then in the valley in between each hill is a stream. And then it's just repeating over and over and over and over and over. I mean, it's kind of boring, you know. I'm not a huge walking in the woods type person, but as I said, that, you know, it's not my goal to like see scenery or whatnot, but yeah, so that's what we're doing. Plenty of water, and boy, what a gorgeous day. I'm getting close to about 8 miles in. Boy, if this was a nice summer day, it would feel amazing to go wading in that pool.